Oi, oi. Hi everyone, I'm Will from Will's Electrical Services, also known as the Midfield General. In tonight's show, what I want to do is I'm going to go back to a job, a little extension we done for the builders, MCS. We do little bits and bobs for them. My mate does most of their works for them, but every now and then if they get too busy, we just do little bits and bobs for them. But yeah, what they called us up for is that they were taking down a conservatory on the back of the house, and the people wanted a more permanent. It was 3 double sockets, 1 outside socket, four downlights and 2 LED strips going along the beam. The 2 Veluxes were powered, and also was a TV area where it had to go up to the loft. Nothing too major. Outside socket, nothing too major. It's quite a nice little job. Before we get into it, if you could like, subscribe and flick the bell, there you do the channel a great help. What happened is that we turned up, all the shell was all there, the roof was up, everything, so it was all ready for us to first fix. Lucky enough, the conservatory was literally just plugged in. You can see some bits and bobs of the old cable and all that, but the actual builders just unplugged it. So for once, this whole job went like an absolute dream. We didn't even have to make it safe or anything, so just extend it through to there, because the fuse board was in the center of the house. It was just obviously more practical. It was four or 5 sockets. It was hardly worth creating a new circuit. So what we done is because the plumber was there the same day, he literally made some access holes in the living room. So as you can see the picture, as you're looking at it here, on the right hand side, the cable's in the top right. That is our ring main that went to the sockets in the living room, which has just newly been rewired anyway. I think when the customers bought the house, it's been rewired. So what we done is we come through there, we bounced it all the way around the room, and like we come down to the bottom, the first one as you see on the right, then the second one. The 2 drops on the right hand side, what you can see is one of them is a ring main and the other one is an unswitched fuse spur that controls the lights. It protects the lighting in there, because instead of taking a circuit back to there, the lighting circuit, we just spurred it down. It was just easy enough to do, and it worked out. And the reason I put it on that right hand one is because it didn't look, I don't think it would have looked right in the middle of the room. It would just been odd, next to that socket. So we just done it there because it actually mirrors the other side of the bifolds, is where it's got the socket and the TV aerial. I just thought it'd look a bit more neater and all that. And then we went round, and as you can see in the other corner, what we done for the Veluxes is we tried to get the load cables to where the downlights were, and then we had to JB, and we used the 501s to extend the cables, and then we took them down to the corner, and in there is where we fitted the two switch fuse spurs for the Velux. The Velux are obviously on a remote. They just need the power to it. I think it's only about 3 amps. You can actually usually take it off the lighting circuit, but this time we just took it, spurred it down to there, and then we punched through the back of there, and that's where the outside socket is. You can see that. We always like to use the Scarmore ones, because I think they had because it suited the house, we used the Scarmore one on that, and I prefer the Scarmore ones because I really like the rubbers on the back inside. And where we put the switch fuse spurs for the Velux, where the white cables, I'll show it on the screen, is that also where they've got the LED strips going along the top, we took two core flexes from there all the way up to the tape, so we could solder them on. It is absolutely baking today, I tell you, and I haven't got a work t-shirt on underneath here, so I'm absolutely melting away here like an absolute melt. Yeah, so that's what we've done. So we took the 2 flexes up to the where the LED strips was, and down to there. And as you can see at the end of the video, is that they've actually MCS actually put an access, so it's always serviceable, because obviously there's nowhere else to hide the drivers. they need to be accessible, because like for maintenance and all that. And what we done so I took the ring for the unswitched fuse spur. We brought the 1.5 all the way back over, fed the switch, and then out the switch, one went to the cupboard, went down to the cupboard with where the two core flexes were ready to be going to the driver, and then the other one went and bounced around the 4 light fittings. It was quite odd really, because where they had the Veluxes right next to the old patio doors as they come out the house, they had the Veluxes there, and then they had a bit of a gap, so we had just evenly spaced 4 downlights wherever we could. If you look on the drawings, what we always do is we always mark, because where they put the Celotex and all the rock wool and all that sort of stuff now, is that we weren't really aware there, but what we do is we just do arrows so they can leave it clear. So if it is silly text or anything like that, then it just goes all over that, you know, they just leave it clear, so when we drill it out, it's all clear. We work really well with these builders, you know, like they're on point, I tell you. So it went really well with that. And then we got it all first fixing day. What I always tend to use, I know a few of you are probably looking there and seeing, you know, I use capping everywhere we go. Like, I just think it looks neater. And then when I leave site, I know for a fact my cable's in place. So when I come back, if they're not there, it's somebody else. Because obviously I always take photos anyway. Obviously I'm a bitch for the old Instagram as well. I like to show off the work and all that, because I think it's healthy. It's healthy to show, you know, take pride in your work, then why not? You know what I mean? And that's what we do. We always use that. And on this type, I'll probably actually do a video. I don't know why, but I'll probably do a video on capping and oval and all that. But this particular one, because it was concrete, it was just easier to plug and screw it and fit it down like that. As you can see, we use a laser. It just keeps it neat and tidy. Why not? You know, if you're going to do it, then we might as well do it neat. And another little trick, which I've mentioned many times before in some of the other videos, is because where we've got the unswitched fuse spur and the double socket, I put 2 couplers as spacers. I just think it looks neater once it's finished. It's perfect. And then on the other side of the wall where we've got the TV aerial, we put the double socket with the 2 couplers and the TV. Just makes it look neater, you know what I mean? It's like, why not? You know what I mean? It's what's the price of 4 couplers and 8 bushes? You know, it's next to nothing, isn't it? And that's how we done it. And then lucky enough, they closed it all up. Where the ring main went to in the living room, because that had to be closed off, that had to be reconnected. They couldn't close the ceiling in there, but they were more than aware of that. Come back, we second fixed the whole lot of it, because the light switch was actually going to be 2 dimmers, you know, so we always put 35mm boxes in everything, in the walls and the switches, no matter what, you know what I mean? It's, you know, this day and age, they're always going to want something, you know. And we always put that in there, so that worked out really well. So we were able to leave MCS to close up and all that, and then we come back in a couple of weeks. But the customers and the builders were having problems getting hold of the doors. I think it was the raw materials to actually make them, so the actual job was finished for a couple of weeks before, because we went back there without there being any I think it was doors or windows, and second fixed everything except for the LED strips along the middle. The builder didn't put the boxing in. All it was is there's an RSJ, and they literally just I think they stuck it or fixed it. I don't know how they done it, but then the profiles, as you see in the picture, literally sitting there. So the 2 white flexes come up there, solder and go into there. But because the cables didn't have had a bit of flex in them, Ollie had to clip them up. That's where you can see him clipping them there. But yeah, it turned out really nice. Well, obviously we used all the Hager inside, the white Hager stuff inside, the very light dimmers on, you know, for the light switches, the Aurora. We always use Aurora downlight, so we always use the Aurora tape, because I always think it gives the same colour tape, you know, warm white. It's, you know, it look a bit odd, I think, if you use this 2 different brands. You want to try your best to keep it as smart as you can. Turned out a really nice, it's like yeah, it looked really good when we went back. So we done it in 3 stages over about 2.5 days, and it was a really nice job. You know, I really enjoy, all us lads enjoy working with MCS anyway. It's only a little video. I hope you got something out of it. And if you're going to be anything, be electric. Up the old blues. Old Bakio. Oh, yo.